What's up, Dad? What's up, Dad? What's up? What's up, Dad? What's up?
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Hey, everybody, we got the What's Up Dad podcast here. We're at it with episode number
26.
Good. I almost forgot it. Yep. Thank you. There we go. As you can tell, we got a guest here. You want to introduce yourself?
Yep. My name is Nick Sizemore. I'm a friend of Grayson's, and we coach some girls softball.
Awesome. That's it. Thanks for the very long-winded statement there. That's good. That was nice and easy with that. So we're back at it. We just finished the episode number 25 getting released to you guys. We're into the season 3 hot and heavy here with everything we have going on, which is super exciting. We have papers again this week. It's limited. I'm really going to give Ryan a hard time. It's a half a sheet. Guys, like, I get to work off this much information, so I'm kind of disappointed. I don't have that many silver bullets here against Nick, and I'm just glad I'm on the right side of the paper, so that's good as well. But I do have a pen to take some notes, and we are super excited about it. So one question I have to ask, and I want to start off with this, and this might be my new when we have someone, and I haven't even disclosed this. What made you sign up for the podcast?
Buddy, peer pressure mainly.
What
Pressure, dude?
But no, I honestly, it sounds super interesting. I don't think I'm cool enough to be interviewed for the most part, or cool enough to be on a podcast. I think there's, like, I don't know, it has a connotation to it, but
What's the connotation?
I don't know. I just feel like it's got to be somebody like famous or somebody super funny. I'm neither of the above by any means. But yeah, I thought it sounded fun.
Okay.
Try something new.
Okay, that's cool. So now you want to be funny and famous and all that stuff is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Got it. Well, I hope you brought all the jokes, all the dad jokes. That's what I can count on. I can tell you, with coaching with Nick for a couple years now.
Yeah.
Geez, we've known each other and been coaching for a couple years now, together and against each other had happened. You bring the dad jokes, you bring the energy as well, which is super important. So nonetheless, well, I appreciate you being bold and brave enough to do that. And that's one of the things I don't think men will give kudos to another man. It's like, I signed up for something. Well, you went out on a limb to sign up for something. So that's kind of what I would say to that. And I'm really appreciative that you were willing to do that. You jumped on it pretty early. That's why you're on episode 26 and not 46, right? Or 67. Those kids do that these days. I know, right? See, yeah. So that's why you're early, and we're just here to chop it up a little bit and see where this goes.
Absolutely.
So awesome. Do you have any news for everybody, Ryan?
Do I have any news?
Yeah, on where the podcast is going.
Yeah. I thought you were asking about an update on my rash or something.
No. It's been too long since that. I hope it's
that's
gone.
right.
I hope it's gone.
It's gone.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no updates. We're still working. We're gonna be launching on LinkedIn here in the next week or so.
Makes me feel old.
So if we're not already on there, because we may already be on there at this point, but we're gonna do that. We have a couple guests lined up. Super excited about Nick being here tonight. And Nick was kind enough, which I thought about this. I thought, hey, we should come up with gifts to give to our guest, but our guest brought us a gift. So I thought this was pretty cool. It says, "What's Up Dad Podcast." He was not happy, which we'll let him explain. But
I was going to say,
happy.
I can't watch a grown man put a cup of bourbon with ice in it
Like this?
on a perfectly fine table over and over and over and not want to give them a coaster.
That's the problem with doing YouTube, because
I'm getting critiqued. So you wait. You watched this on YouTube, or did you see this on one of the shorts on Facebook or something?
YouTube.
Yeah, he would watch YouTube. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So we're getting some views.
I had to come prepared.
Are you a subscriber? No,
I don't think so.
not a subscriber. So
Well,
we
I don't know
need
what to
50
think.
subscribers to be able to stream.
That's what we want to do. Part of what we were talking about this, streaming on X. Are we on X tonight?
We are not on X.
Whoa, producer Beth. Producer Beth. So like just streaming and doing some odds and ends stuff too. Where we've been talking about that. So, and being able to stream the podcast. I'm not sure I want to do like a live podcast recording, other than if we were like a destination, if that made sense, or like we're at the golf course, or like we're doing, something different, like something like that. Like that would be sweet, but then we'd have to figure out how to have the bandwidth to do it. So I'm not sure how that would even happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can make it work. I mean, we've been able to have every technical difficulty known to man as we've done these. I mean, my goodness, I think we've definitely melted the computer a half dozen times.
Yeah.
All I picture is like Beth behind you in a golf cart with just like a computer and a ton of mics and lights.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, what's funny is Beth does not golf unless we go to Disney, and we golf at a Disney course. However, every year we go to Grange Insurance has an outing, and we always get invited to it. And we're going to get invited this year. Seth and Brandon and Dan, thank you for inviting us already. Just make sure you put us on the list. No, we always get invited, and Beth always rides around with one of the higher up people, and it's a blast. So they'll be like bringing drinks and having a great time, and they're just beat bopping around, just having a blast. And like that's all I can imagine her doing. Like you just said that, like she's got all this stuff, and, like the kit ready to go, and just like I can only imagine how that setup would look. Yeah. It would be interesting. So,
but
very
anyhow,
cool.
The 3D printer is pretty cool. You said you got it for your kids got it for Christmas.
Yes. So my mom got the kids that for Christmas, which is code for basically she got me a present because they can't do it themselves, and I have been tinkering with that thing nonstop.
Do they have any interest in it? I mean, did they have interest in it as to why, and like she got it, or did you say, wow, that would be a really cool gift for the kids, you should get that for them because they may be interested, but I'm interested. Get this one's not really that nice. You could get like this next level up.
No, it's like your kids are I assume the same way. They love the trinkety stuff, whether it's a axolotl that bends or some sort of fidget spinner, something like that.
Yeah.
So the thought that they could make their own is like really cool for me.
Save some bucks.
Yeah, but then also like they've customized some stuff. I explained how you can put your initials on something or something like that. So they think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The nerd in me is like, I want to know like the code that underlies it and that sort of stuff.
I have a old friend. He's done a ton of 3D printing stuff, made a crap ton of stuff. And I'm just like, I don't think I can wrap my head around just to do that. I think when he started, it was like you had to do a lot more. You had to have knowledge. You couldn't just hit the copy and paste button, download, enter, and it just boop, it's got it, right? Like it was like back in the day where there was more filament or whatever, like misprints and miss this and miss that. What would be interesting is if you took, which I've seen people do this, they've made their own filament.
Oh yeah.
For plastic bottles. Like they have the thing, like a kit where you can like strip down the plastic bottle. That would be like a cool project from like start to finish. Like we physically made this. I don't know why that intrigues me.
Yeah, I mean it's all like melted down recycled plastic anyway that I'm using. There's 1,000 different places you can buy it online.
So what's the coolest thing you've made besides these coasters?
Absolutely.
The coasters got to be the coasters.
Yeah, it's the coasters.
No, I made like a couple functional things, little thing to put your sponge on the edge of a sink, a little dish wand mount thing for the sink too.
Nice.
But no, those are the boring things. The real cool stuff is like the kids for Christmas, getting them like the fidget spinners that are a snowflake or something like that.
Okay.
With their initials on it, that sort of thing.
I like that. That's cool.
I like it.
Yeah.
Stuff. Good. By softball season.
You got so many toys here. Like,
what are you talking about?
You're a toys guy.
Toys guy. That's not mine.
If you could 3D print things, I mean, this place would be even more loaded with stuff.
A DeLorean?
They have a ton of full car kits where you 3D print individual pieces.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're cooked. We're cooked. Beth, we need a 3D printer. Get me a 3D printer from Amazon Influencing. That's all I know.
The biggest thing you can make? Is there a size parameter?
Mine's sorry, mine, the kids,
The children's.
There it is. Yeah.
the children's.
Grandma's listening.
It makes about like a 6x6 box, and it's the smallest one you can do. So there's been a couple of things where you'll print like half of it, and then again, I'm gonna get too nerdy, but like the AI will design ways to connect it together.
Nice.
And a few of the ways are like it will never come back apart sort of ways.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? I have again back to this is like another person. He originally was making these things, and there was like puzzles. He would make like the little 3D puzzles that once you put together, you were not getting apart, or once you took apart, you couldn't get back together. And it really bothered him. I remember him making one, like he made one. He was like, this one's super cool. And he brought it to small group one night, and like we all, like everybody took it apart, and then we couldn't get it back together. He's like, it has to go. The whole 3D schematic. And it just would not work. It would not work. It was the wildest thing. But you're right. Like the AI understanding of how that goes together, it makes you wonder like how all the stuff that we have goes together. The amount of, you know what I mean? Like when I was looking at this mouse, for example, like I didn't realize like this whole back is it's just like it's magnetic on here. And I'm like, I didn't know that. I couldn't find the USB thing at all in this thing. And I'm like, where in the heck is it at? I thought it was on the bottom, and then there's buttons. No, it's in the computer. It's in it. It's right there. But it was like just magnetically held on. You know, where was that a long time ago? Used to carry the dongles everywhere, and you have a whole backpack full of them. Yeah, we are out of the dongle world anymore. Fun time.
Speaking of that, I just got rid of an absurd amount of HDMI cables. Like, I don't know if you guys had that same phase of like, I thought I needed to keep all of those cords forever. Like we were definitely going to need it.
There's a bag. You see it right underneath that monitor right over there. That has a bag full of cords. We just took from upstairs. I mean, the bag is a foot, 1 by 1 gallon Ziploc bag. It's stuffed to the brim of cords. That is just one little baby sampler of it. I would like hoard those things because I'm like, I don't know, I'm going to need this one. This one's the one that I'm going to need, right? And you know what I think started that phase? Baby and kids' toys until we had the universal USB-C. Okay. Yeah. How many versions of micro USB, micro HDMI, micro, and then it would be like the odd end connector. So it would be like a micro to a mini. And I'm like, who designed this to not even be able to connect? And like it's so dysfunctional. So dysfunctional.
Whatever the iPhone uses, what is that?
USB-C. Thank you very much. Don't even.
They do now.
Don't even try to go there.
Are you an Android or iPhone user?
I'm an iPhone guy, but the old ones. I'm still on the old charger.
Okay.
Yep. Still.
You'll switch eventually.
Yep. Yeah. To a new iPhone. Thank you very much. But how do you do that? I see. Okay, I'm going to ask this question. How do you have a non-Apple Watch on then? Like, how does that integrate? Is it because you run so much?
It's the running thing.
It's the running thing.
Yeah.
What is it? I can't see it.
It's a Garmin. It's one of the Vivo Fit or something like that. Yeah.
Because you run so much. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
What do you run from?
My feelings, my emotions.
Hey,
talking to
and that's why we're here.
Fathers and adults.
Yeah. Hey, that's a perfect segue into talking about Nick's feelings.
Okay, how do you feel about croissants?
Dude, I am neck deep in pastry stuff. The same way Grayson's a man of like 1,000 hobbies, and every time I come over here or talk to him, he's got some sort of new toy or new hobby.
Whoa.
Just one of my
shots fired. I'll take it. All right, whatever. That's cool.
You've always got something
thick skin.
You've always got something
I got thick skin.
But no, I do a ton of baking, especially during like the holidays and stuff.
You bake?
Oh yeah.
You're a big baker.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So are croissants? Is that how you say it? Is that your favorite thing to bake? Like, what's your favorite?
Like with more
croissant?
Yeah.
Croissant. Is that it? I was gonna absolutely. I mean, last a few episodes, I was wondering if his son was like the coat, like Paca, like his son's name's Parker, and I was like, that's all I can think of is like the Boston accent of somebody saying that, and it sounds like they got the big coat on, the Paca, No, I'm just kidding. Your son's gonna kill me for doing this.
Yeah. When I think of croissant, though, I always just think of the croissants from Burger King. The
the
breakfast
croissant
sandwich.
Oh,
Breakfast sandwich
yeah.
with a
Not a
croissant in
bad
there.
sandwich for sure.
Not a bad sandwich, but that's not the croissant. You bake the croissants.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. No, and it's I'm weirdly into really
You do like the
complicated things.
layer upon layer of like phyllo dough and butter on top of. I mean, you just like what's like the
Oh, yeah.
most layered croissant you've had?
Well,
There's
hold
maybe
on.
more
I've
croissant.
definitely done the croissant thing, but for Christmas this year, a little over the top, but it's called a croquembouche.
Wow. Say it again.
Oh yeah.
Say it three
Say it
times
for
fast.
our listeners,
Mhm.
croquembouche. Google it.
Croquembouche. Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
Yep.
I don't know how I'm
good
gonna do
luck.
it.
I want to see how you spell that one for sure.
Croquembouche.
But no, what it is it's like basically cream puffs or like puff pastries,
Okay.
and you make a whole bunch of them. I think mine was like 85.
They're like the little ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's called a croquembouche.
Well,
Wait a minute.
croquembouche is when you take all of those little cream puffs
And the tower?
and make it up into a big
Dude,
Christmas tree tower.
That was the
Oh,
master
that's
on
cool.
MasterChef. They had to do that. The
Oh,
girl
yeah.
from I've seen that before. What's the girl that she was on MasterChef? Gordon Ramsay. You got the bald guy and the guy with the funny guy with he's got glasses. I can't think, but that TV
She made
show.
that?
She was famous, I think, for making that. Well, she also made the macaroons. Really big with macaroons, but the croquembouche they had to make that, and you would have like these people were just like.
So I don't understand.
know.
So it's a dessert?
Yeah.
It's a dessert.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I got
It's
it.
Is it like? Are they all glazed to the point where if you like have to crack the like
yeah.
the perfect glaze, like it's so
I
glazed?
think my fingers are like just now recovered because
burnt?
you dip them into like scalding caramel to get them to stack, and then you basically have to hold them in place until it hardens, and then you grab a bunch more, dip them in caramel, hold them in place, and the whole time I kept a bowl of cold water there because I'm like dipping my fingers in
Back, yeah.
to keep them from burning over and over and over. Like multiple times, I'm just like drenched with sweat,
Yeah.
holding them very steady in place.
So I've got to know, where did this love of cooking or croissanting come from?
Huh? I don't know. I think it's a little bit of like a show 'em off sort of thing, close to Christmas time, holidays. And I've kind of dragged the kids into it too, so it's now like a thing I do with the kiddos for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have a starter at home? A sourdough bread starter?
Oh, nope, no sourdough at the
You're
moment.
not doing sourdough?
No, I did it during COVID, but I haven't brought that one back yet.
Too many people will want your sourdough. Once it's out there, it's
They're
like,
gonna want your dough, bro.
You got to take it to church. You got to take it to grandma. You got to take it, and they're like, "Nick, where's my sourdough?"
You
he's
could-
making croissants.
You could name your shop "Where's My Dough, Bro?"
Oh,
Like that's
cool.
gonna be it.
Somebody has to have that
Where's my
copyrighted
dough,
for
bro?
sure,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, right now that's been copyrighted. Boop, 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 boop. Right
This
there.
is also a time capsule, so if
Yeah.
I now have that copyright, we'll find out whenever this episode comes
That's
out.
right.
Yeah. I don't even know. My producer's not here right now. Ryan, you got this.
Where's the dough, bro? I like it. That's good.
Dude, I'm gonna write that down.
Keep
I'm
writing
gonna
it
get
down.
you the website of that. I'm gonna get you the website of
You're
that.
not
That's
gonna cook it though. He's gonna.
heck no. I'm not gonna cook
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No.
You're gonna eat it.
No, but I tell you what, Beth did from an influencer. If you ever want it, we have like I didn't know that they made the little heating plates for your sourdough starter to heat it. I don't know what that's for. Not really sure, but some brand sent it for me to review. So I have one. I actually moved it. It was on this table because we had a bunch of the review stuff down here, and I had to like clean all this off. It's sitting in the other room in there. That's what brought that to mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So croquembouche,
Oh, yeah.
croissants. What else? What else you got? I'm curious now. My curiosity is spiking. If I don't get some really good chocolate chip cookies come springtime for softball, I'm going to be very
yeah.
disappointed.
No, I also do like a big, again, it's all holiday centered, and then I feel like I pack it all away, try and lose some weight after the new year. So I
While he's
immediately
running,
stop.
yeah, he's
I
gotta
immediately
rest.
stop baking.
Do you really?
Not really, but kind of.
Wow.
So is it only baking like that, like that type of baking? Do you do like other like more wholesome food baking, like dish? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like it's only for like special occasions. I'm not gonna go like bake bread for my family on a weeknight, right? We're not
Mhm.
making peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
But
Sounds good.
Like
Freshly made bread, though.
If you tell me like there's an event or somebody's birthday, something like that,
like
and
May 23rd.
Yep.
It's a good.
Write that
decent.
down. Write that
You need a
down.
pen and paper?
My pen.
I got you. Some croissants. I would like a croquembouche.
Oh yeah.
That's so funny.
No, actually,
All right. What outside of that? What's your favorite thing to bake? If you weren't baking one of those, my curiosity is absolutely off the charts right now.
Yeah.
No, I you hit on it earlier. The macarons, where you basically it's like an almond floury thing, and you kind of let it rise, and then you bake it for like 5 minutes, something like that.
Very finicky.
Oh yeah,
very finicky. Just like you can't breathe when you're like watching. You're like, and then because they'll like deflate, right?
Yep.
Like they'll all of a sudden they'll just puff, and then you gotta like rip them out.
Yeah.
And then you do it so slowly, you're just like, and then all of a sudden they set. And you're just like, it's real weird.
You know a lot about it.
We used to watch like Master. I enjoy watching like MasterChef. I love watching MasterChef Kids. That was fun. Any of the baking stuff would be really interesting because that's so hard. Like baking like that is it's very easy to make a steak, even though people still don't know how to make a medium rare steak, right? With a proper crust. Like some people still are not good at that, but baking is another level.
Yeah.
You get like 1 ounce of flour off, like it turns the whole thing. That's why you see like the whole, the picture, you like somebody would be like, this is why your chocolate chip cookies look this way. And it'd be like, you have too much flour. It was beat too much. You didn't have enough egg. You didn't have enough this, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, there's 57 different things you can go wrong. You throw the steak in a freaking pot or a pan and cook it on high heat for 3 minutes on a side, throw a little butter on there and take it out. It's still mooing, but it'll be edible and still yummy. A little salt. I mean, it's hard to screw it up.
Yeah.
The dog will at least eat that. I think it turned away from like a brick of a cookie. So
mashed potatoes, some croissant.
Man. Oh, that sounds really good, honestly. Have you had the pastry place? There's one by the movie theater right there in Hilliard, West Point Plaza.
Oh yeah.
Is that any good? And then what about the one Plain City by Costco? Have you had that one?
I don't think I've done the one over there by Costco, but the one right up by the movie theater.
Is it good?
If they had Wi-Fi, I might live there.
I haven't been
Those
there.
Is
it good?
Yep.
I heard the other one is better. I don't know how to be better. That's what I've heard through the grapevine. And that might be Hilliard people in the know, but I don't know if that's the right grapevine or not. But I'm just saying, I've heard that.
Yeah. No, I mean the stuff they make over there is all
very good.
It's really, really good.
Okay. It's busy all the time.
Oh yeah. Again, if they had Wi-Fi, that would be my second office for sure.
Absolutely. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Awesome. Well, let me check my half a sheet paper here to see where we're going. Unless Ryan's got something immediately.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So baking, woodworking, cocktails, which we need to know a little bit more about that.
Amen.
Do you, when you say cocktails, you're
it's going to go a lot of different ways here, Ryan.
Where this might go? Who knows where?
Like the movie. Like I like to throw stuff around.
Yeah,
that sort of thing. For
like
sure.
Bartender style cocktail.
No, I'm kidding. No, my fiance got me like a bitters making kit. So I've got some bitters kind of jarred up, waiting to make some old fashions here soon. So, but yeah, always trying new stuff. We do.
Fiance, so you're engaged.
Yes.
Fiance, croissant, like it's just. Are you going to Paris for your wedding?
Oh yeah, super French for sure. But no, I just always tinkering around with new stuff.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Drinks,
you mean
like
some of you have hobbies? Like you have a bunch of hobbies that you're getting into? That's interesting. Wow. I'm going to get.
Are these new hobbies since you've been engaged or?
The drinking started when he got engaged. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Cocktail.
Wait a minute. I did not say that, guys. That is
and
not.
The running. So.
And the running. Yeah.
Don't run from the altar. Run to the altar.
Running away for sure. No, I'm kidding. No, I think I've done mainly those hobbies kind of for a long time. The woodworking obviously started whenever you buy a house and you start YouTubing the next project, things like that.
Wait a minute. You call woodworking like that's woodworking where you're that sounds like more carpentry handyman work. Tell me what woodworking is. Like disclose a little further here.
Yeah, so when I say woodworking, they're going to have to put earmuffs on. But Santa has brought some phenomenal things for my children, including like a big lofted bed and a new and a desk that's kind of mounted underneath
You
of it.
created it. You made it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Did you get? Okay.
Santa made it easy.
Santa.
Easy.
Okay.
Do you have do you use, what is the blue? It's a blue brand where you have like the pocket
Craig stuff. Yeah.
Craig, you use that. Man, it's so expensive, but it is the right way to do woodworking.
Absolutely.
It's you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know. And
Oh.
I'm surprised that you.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
absolutely.
About everything.
Absolutely. I know a little bit about too much.
They make it's sounds so dumb, but like just to put
It's a jig.
Yeah, it's a jig. You take two pieces of wood and want to put them together, but make it look a little seamless.
Yeah.
And it's way more expensive than what you would think for a really small piece of plastic.
And it helps you drill, put the right pocket hole in the right spot with the right piece with the. It's unbelievable.
But now he has a 3D printer too. So
yeah.
Maybe he
I was gonna say I
I
haven't played with that yet, but
you figure that out.
You just broke my brain a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be up late tonight.
Well, you're gonna be up late anyhow. So.
Yeah, this is the 7th time we've recorded this. Computer. No, I'm just kidding. Computer broke 14 times. That's funny. All right, that makes sense. I'll give you. You have the Craig stuff. Like that is what I would say. A man that has that, Ryan needs to get one just to say he can in that category. That is woodworking. When you pull that tool out, I have a newfound respect for somebody that knows how to put something together.
Yeah, like I did that. The end tables at the house. We did a lot of the like refinishing furniture, but again, I don't know if you count that as much. But my son, for Christmas, what is now 2 Christmases ago, he also got a lofted bed, but then his got like a rock wall to climb up into it.
That's sweet. I want that for my bed.
And so
I want to climb up in a rock wall and get in bed.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Now the problem would be if I couldn't complete the climb.
Yeah.
I'm always on the floor.
We did have a few nights where it's like, Dad, I gotta go to the bathroom, and it's like, okay, well, we're not gonna do the right hand red and like slowly walking down the wall. Go, 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 go.
How tall is this bed? How high is all the ground?
That's probably 4 feet.
Okay. All right.
So
well, and he's not very big. He's young. So I mean, him being, okay, that's plenty of rock wall.
Now, though, I have to see the picture. So
like,
we get a chance.
That's cool though.
Yeah,
that's sweet. I've always wanted to be that crafty to do something like that, but I don't trust myself that much.
That's pretty cool.
I have fun with it. I usually let them start in Google or now with AI stuff, let them start on ChatGPT and
design their stuff.
Just picture what a room would look like, and then it'll give you 50 different ideas, and then go through and see what I can actually do without messing it up too bad.
But the most creative thing I've done is I've done concrete countertops twice. So I have, we have actually 2 spots upstairs has concrete countertops, and Beth wants me to do the rest of it with that, but I do not. I don't know. It's one heck of a project. It's a big project. I want to strip the cabinets back down. I did the cabinets during COVID, like sprayed them and all that stuff myself, and oh, that was a terrible project. And so what I've been saying is just like, the flooring's a whole nother story, but wanted to get the kids old enough that they're not destroying it. Then once they're done, quote unquote, destroying it, I'll respray them and redo that. Then maybe get us to the next level. So
now, question is the concrete a bigger or smaller project than doing a podcast, putting a golf simulator in the garage, and
running an insurance
like, it feels like this is a perfectly normal sized project.
I love that you mentioned the insurance or the golf simulator. That's awesome. This is why we had to do extender reach, because his family their cars are full of snow. But hey, we got a golf simulator.
Whoa. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but it is completely movable, and the van can go in the garage if my wife wants me to move all the stuff out of the way to put it in there.
She does.
Absolutely can. No, she does not care. You know what? My wife has hit the poles outside of the Meyer Pharmacy twice, okay? She needs to be driving nowhere near our garage, or it will end up in our master bedroom on the first floor. And I don't need the van there. Yeah. So I think she's perfectly fine parking outside.
Wonderful.
But, if I get my Raptor in there, it'd be another story. But hey, that's for another day.
That's fun. I got a serious question for Nick. Well, for how you are engaged.
Mhm.
Have you had a father who is a fiance on the podcast before?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I
I'm trying to
don't
think.
think
I'm trying
so.
to think back. I know there's been different marital statuses, but I'm not sure there has been
I don't think so. Yeah, I think
engaged.
this
You
is
might be the first
a
engaged.
Yeah.
unique situation.
Yeah.
Certainly fun.
Yeah.
When's the
Brings up unique questions.
when's the date?
Buddy, Valentine's Day.
Oh,
Coming up soon.
Okay.
all right.
Or in the past, depending on when this comes out.
Very cool.
You guys have been together how long?
2.5 years.
Okay. And I don't know you obviously as much as
Yeah.
Grayson does. You had kids from
Prior
previous
marriage. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. And
So
how many kids?
I've got 2, and my fiance has 1.
Gotcha.
So
Nice.
neck
So,
deep in it. A lot of fun.
And ages?
At the moment, 8, 5, and 6.
Okay. So all real close together.
Oh yeah, they're
You're in the thicket of it.
Yeah. I mean, this is the stuff you see in movies, and the siblings aren't getting along, and they're trying to keep the parents separated, and in the end, the parents, well, depending on the movie, they might to get together, they might not. Are the kids getting together? Is there like any type of?
Oh yeah. If anything, they're too good of friends. Like they're it kind of feels like they're plotting against us.
Absolutely,
Kind of a
they
lot.
are. They're trying to milk
Nice.
this situation.
Oh,
Yeah.
buddy, one of the saddest parts was they started, instead of compiling to my bed in the morning when you wake up, they started like going to each other's, and then I'll wake up in the morning and they'll all 3 be awake, hanging out together in one of their beds.
Oh.
Torture on the insides. Like I was like, but you're my
Right,
baby.
yeah.
Like
Yep.
what? Why?
Wait.
Yep.
What? Am I chopped liver? Sort of
Yep.
thing?
That's what we become.
That's
Ugh.
funny. Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that that's an interesting situation, like to be in and to work through. And I can't imagine being in that situation, but like to come from marriage, you have your kids, she has her kids, you guys are coming together, lots of things. I mean, lots of things going on, And was she previously married?
Yes. So she was previously married. Her late husband passed away. So she is widowed. I'm sorry, I think I might have said that backwards, but yeah, so she's widowed.
He wouldn't be widowed. So
Yep,
yeah, that
yep,
makes sense.
yep,
That
yep,
makes
yep,
sense.
sorry.
That's where my mind went. So I just wanted to
I was
verbally
like,
say that. I was like, wait a minute. I think he's right though.
Yeah, that's right.
Got it. Okay.
No, and it's and her daughter is, you bring kids in pretty easy. I don't know, one kid, all kids.
Sure.
So yeah, it's been a lot to navigate for sure, but still having fun with it. So
Sounds like a whirlwind.
mhm,
Good whirlwind though.
absolutely.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that like I can only imagine like going through that process and everything.
Yeah, like if you'd ask like 20-year-old me, like, are my kids going to be involved with like my wedding in the future? Like it's kind of like just a mind break where I doesn't even make sense, doesn't compute. But honestly, they're having fun with it. I'm having fun with it. So
Yeah.
we're excited.
What's been the most difficult part of the whole situation?
I think it's
Now we're getting into the deep stuff.
yeah. There we go. Let
Here
me
we
pause
go.
here.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, I think it's a combination of there's so many different places my mind goes when you ask the question. Meeting her late husband's father and family,
Wow.
because they're still involved in
Sure.
her daughter's, or gosh, sometimes I'm like drawing family trees in my brain, but
Yeah.
their granddaughter's life. So that was a big one.
How do you guys navigate that, like through the holidays and stuff? I'm curious. Like, this is the stuff that's interesting to me. Like, how do you navigate that? That's wild to me.
And real quick too, did he have a shotgun when you met him? Was he like, I got a shotgun guy? Like, you have to all these Right? I mean, all of these
Yeah.
pieces.
Oh, yeah.
that you're
Yeah,
trying to-
like
No,
how does this get
it's
navigated?
just good people are good people, right? It's like, you know, they're his mainly her late husband's father. You know, he got gifts for my kids for Christmas this year.
Mm.
He's still, yeah, I call him and talk to him on occasion. Called him to obviously thank him for the Christmas stuff. But you know, he's just a good person, and you kind of want what's best for everybody.
Mm.
So I don't know. Some of that stuff just comes easier than maybe you think it would.
Sure.
Obviously, there's like, again, I mentioned like drawing family trees is the weirdest thing now, but
well, that's got to be like that's an interesting family tree to, especially with
oh yeah,
like a widowed wife or fiance, right?
Mhm.
Like that's got to look interesting, like in the grand scheme of things.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. So oddly, we've made friends with, and this is where it gets even wilder.
This is getting wilder. Yeah,
These are stories of stories.
Oh my gosh. So it's her late husband's father's, his wife's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
We made friends with them because they came down to Columbus area to see them, and they have a pool up in Powell. So we went up there and hung out and got to know them, and then they're trying to introduce us to their friends, and like the first time is like this big pause where you're like, well, it's our friend, cousin, step family. Like, like where do you even like how do you even draw that diagram for folks?
Yeah.
So
That's interesting. I mean, that's a very unique situation. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know that we could find another person that's in that situation. I mean, it's very, very unique and very different. Now, so how is it for, do you feel like it's easier for her, easier for you, or you guys are both kind of just going with it?
in the opposite direction, Grayson's met my ex-wife. My ex-wife is like not there's not a bad thing or bad person by any means, and she's still around. So sometimes at softball games or at whatever the next sporting event is, it's just a whole bunch of families, and it's my side, it's
That's true.
my ex-wife's side.
Yep.
It's again, Grace, I'm sure you're mentally when you see that gaggle of people.
There's a lot of people.
Like,
it's a good thing. It's
what does
a
this family
blessing.
tree look
It's
like?
a blessing. It's the wildest like blessing to be able to see. So I don't know like the intricacies of it, but I can see the people, and you're just like, all right, this dude's got it going on. You know what I mean? Like it's something new, but like because I mean, if you strip away back to let's say you were just married, you were still married, and and that was like it doesn't look like that. Or if you were just divorced, it doesn't look like that. And like just a single father at that time, like it doesn't look like that. You add that, most people don't see, like you start to add in these layers. You become vulnerable to situations. You start to look to get remarried and various things. Because I'm sure there's a dad out there that's in what situation you had. That I've known plenty of men that have had let's call it, I don't want to speak for you, maybe an amicable divorce.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I think I don't want to say you've said that word, but in that capacity, because you've always spoke highly of your ex-wife, and I respect that. That's one thing I respect more of men is when they will try to speak highly, regardless of their true feelings. They'll still, you know what I mean? That's a weird thing. I don't, even though you might be dealing with it, still speaking poorly of somebody, like it's real dirty. Right. I think that bodes more to said person than it does. You don't need to praise that person. You know what I mean? There's no praise needed. I'm not asking you to praise them. I'm just like, hey, amicable, it's done. Right. That's all that needs to be said. You know what I mean? Because I think it's amazing. I've heard more where I'm like, wait, you must have been a bad person. Like, you know what I mean? I turn around, I'm like,
I was gonna say there's nothing like good that comes of it, especially because it's like, you still have kids that are growing up in these scenarios, and I go back to it. It's just like people. I've been very fortunate that a lot of the people who have been or are in my life from that same gaggle of folks at a softball game, they're just good people. So
yeah,
family trees get complicated, but good people kind of show up for kids. They show up for adults.
Yeah. They make everything less complicated, though.
Yeah.
Good people make things less complicated.
I mean, and of course, that's a blessing to have, because I'm sure there's situations in which that is not the case, and it's a completely different story. So
that's what I was
kudos
kind of
to
getting
those
at, right?
folks.
Like that in that perspective, you know what I mean? And being able to look at it from that perspective and have that perspective on it, you know, and I'm sure, and I'm one to kind of say this, like I have no, I don't know why you guys split up, right? Nor would I ever get into that unless you wanted to have that conversation. I'm not asking for that tonight.
A bottle of bourbon for sure.
But I look at that from the perspective of like there so many people have a hard time understanding how these things unravel and fold, and you know, and then there's one side of like, well, I would never get divorced, or I would never do this. I can't believe you do that. I'm sorry. The way I look at it is I'm not in that person's shoes. Right. I only know you for you, and I know your ex-wife because of passing, right, and dealing with her through softball. And I think it speaks volumes of how you speak of her, how you speak of the relationship, how you speak of this situation, right? And I'm not going to judge you to say, well, it doesn't sound like it was really bad, therefore why didn't you do this? That's not my job. That's no.
Yeah.
No. It's more of my job to support you in where you're at now, right? So
exactly.
Yeah. It's not his fault that she didn't like croissants.
Right?
Hey. There's only so much time in the day when you're making that many croissants. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't have time for you, honey. I got some croissants to make.
Oh man, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. We're about at the part of the episode. Beth made us start putting this timer out. So as you can see, is that the amount of time we have? The answer is absolutely no. We have as much time as we possibly want. However, at some point in time in the episode, I do want to ask our guests what questions you have for us. Like something in general, right? You don't have to ask them all now. If you have more, like, is there any question you may have? I may or may not answer it. He may or may not answer it, but nonetheless, like, what do you got for us?
So the first question I have is kind of a dumb one that just hit me in the car ride here.
And it's to Grayson. I know it is.
No. This is for both of you guys.
We don't have enough bourbon for this.
No.
Sorry.
So I mean,
why do you keep looking at your watch? Do you need to go on a run or something?
No. Hold on. Easy. I do need to go on a run for sure. Especially again, more bourbon. But so as you guys know, there's a football game going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not going to come out for a while.
Right.
So who would you like to congratulate as your college football national champion?
Wow, I'm going with it.
This will come back later, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers who beat. Do you have the score?
Nope.
Are you paying attention?
I've gotten a couple notifications, but
the Miami Hurricanes.
I'm not looking at it. Yeah,
beat the Miami Hurricanes. Indiana Hoosiers.
I would say they're going to win it.
Kirk Signetti.
Mm-hmm.
That guy.
They're posed to win it. I think there's a lot of things with it. And I honestly could care less about Carson Beck.
Yeah.
So, and
he's about 40 years old or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Sitting back and watching the OSU football game, everything leading up to it was OSU was going to beat the brakes off of them. They were better. You turn the TV, you click the TV on. They're like, Miami's the best team since sliced bread, blah, 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 blah. Like the whole script turned. And I'm just like, what in the world just happened? And they were on their heels the whole time. You know, hats off to them. I don't think Carson Beck's that good. If he was that good, he would have been drafted. I'm just saying.
Curse of the bye. The bye week.
The bye week is a problem. I do think it's a problem.
Just so that we even this out, I'm going to say Carson Beck right now is about to launch a massive comeback. And
wait, are you getting notifications?
Nope. But he's about to be Ole Miss, and Grayson's going to look really silly when he ends up being a first-round draft pick. Because he makes a crazy run in the playoffs.
Go for it.
Beats Indiana.
More power to him.
He was retiring because he was so old.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna. They're wheeling him out every game in a wheelchair. I don't know. Like, I think there's such an underdog story, even though Indiana has been good throughout the year. I think there's still such an underdog story looking at it, right? Just like the whole tradition of that team. You know what I mean? Miami just hasn't figured out how to put the pieces together over the past few years. You know, that's just the perspective from Miami. You know what I mean? And is there even another side of this of the teams? I feel like that's just non-existent, right? But that's that perspective. I don't know.
After the things we talked about, we know that like Ole Miss is gonna win, and
I'm gonna look at the scores now. This is really
Oregon.
This is really bothering me, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Immediately after we say this, it won't age well at all.
No. I'm sure Miami is winning.
Dagnabbit.
Are you looking at your phone on a podcast?
I
Isn't
am
that like a
looking
big
at
faux pas?
No,
He does
Sorry,
this
that was
all the
faux
time.
pas. That
Who's
was
winning?
another French
I'm not telling you
reference, by
now.
the
You're
way.
gonna have to. You're gonna have to look at
I
it.
know it's Miami. All right, other questions, because that was a softball.
Yeah, that was an easy one. So I think there's different qualities in people that make them easy, fast friends, right?
Oh my.
So I think I've got that quality. I think, Grayson, you find friends fast. I mean, even Grayson, you've subbed for my softball team. Daddies.
I thought it said titties, but it says daddies.
Whoa.
They're in there too. They're in there too.
No, we are not editing that out. And I hope to goodness this is getting put in a short.
That'll be a magic short.
A magic shirt. That one will find its way on TikTok, and only on TikTok. That short right there. Everything else is not finding its way anywhere.
It's funny. All right, I like the question.
But no. I think there's different qualities that men have and dads have that make them just, hey, you meet somebody one time and boom, you're BFFs. You're somebody that you could text about something, somebody you could talk about life stuff, but talk about Miami and Carson Beck about. But it's all, for me, it's always like undefined. Like I don't know what makes it. So that was another thing I was thinking through as, driving over here.
Wow, that's a great question.
I have a thought.
Go for it.
This is something, and Ryan says I cry a lot when I have like, I don't know, it runs in my family, like literally, like I get hungry. So if I look like I'm crying, I'm not crying. Like it's something I don't know what it is.
But we got that.
I need to go to the doctor, bro. I don't have a rash at least, so that like randomly shows up.
Just shut up.
No, stop it. I have this perspective, and I only reason I'm going to bring this perspective is because I feel like this is how I live this perspective. I don't think we become caught in the worldly view of things, and I'm going to say this in the perspective. How long did it take, other than if you strip away mission insurance? That's going to kill me that I said that on here. Try not to. Don't want to pump my businesses up. Not here for that. We want What's Up Dad as something, not that. Other than mission insurance, like I don't want to walk around and be known as that. Like I want to be, there's other things I want to be known for. I want you to see me be a good father. I want you to see me be a good husband. I want qualities of that. Like I tend to gravitate to people that are like that. I didn't know for a long time what you did for a living, right? I didn't have to ask you, nor did I want to ask you, because that's not the connection I needed to make with you. Just like Ryan, for the longest time, I still honestly don't know what he does, but it's nice to have that aspect, like people that you don't necessarily know what is atypical worldview, what they're tied up in, but you know what really runs their croissants. You know what I mean? Like that's what you are. That's a piece of Nick, right? And that to me is that perspective. Somebody asked me a long time ago, why didn't you name your insurance agency Thompson Insurance Agency? It's because honestly, I don't want people calling for me. It's not that I don't want to talk to people. I don't want people calling to think that it's just me, because there is a plethora amount of people that make up me or make up the agency. They're my staff. Just like I'm not made up of just me. I'm made up of my godly form, not as a god, but like as who I am as a child of God, right? As a child of God, I'm made up of that, but I'm made up of like my family, and you can see and understand me by how my family reacts and my wife reacts and my friends that are around me and how I carry myself and the things that I'm doing. So that in and itself is what makes easy, fast friends. Somebody that's willing to stay after at a softball game, even though their kids are going bat, crazy, and still pick up the stuff. Somebody that, and I don't say this to tout myself, somebody that will still go up after the party to clean up after their kids as a parent. Yeah. I know guys that do that. You guys have done that. I don't care if you just go pick up one item. You've done it. I've watched you. You've been over at our house or pool, and you're like, hey, is there anything? Just ask the simple question. That's the kind of thing. That's what makes an easy fast friend. How do you classify that? How do you quantify that? I don't know.
That's why I asked the question, is because it happened, right? We became quick friends, Again, I had no idea.
I think we're friends.
Yeah, easy. Loose
friends.
colleagues. Sorry,
Yeah.
redefine. No, but that's what I was thinking. Is I was just like, how did that? We just started talking nonsense. We started throwing between softball innings, throwing a ball at the mound to see who could get close.
Dude, I know, right? Like, it's not. There's no forced aspect to it. There's no. It just makes it easier for communication. You understand that people have things going on in their life that are not going on. Like, it's okay. Things become okay, right? I don't know. That is, to me, what an easy, fast friend looks like, right? And I don't know. I can tell you what they don't look like too, right? In the sense of like, if we're out and about, I could point at somebody to tell you that's not an easy, fast friend. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can feel that.
Yeah.
Why they're going to say, when can we go out and get bourbon together? When are we going to get away from our friends? When are we going to do all that stuff? When am I going to get my me time and our alone time? We need to go hang out. We need to go do stuff. We need to go do this. And if their immediate gut wrench reaction is like not the first question of when can our families get together? When can our kids play together? When can we have that type of environment, especially where I'm at today? Now, if you would ask me 10 years ago before the kids were born, and that's different. I'm in a different part of life. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, I'll just add on. I think that you can tell when somebody actually cares about you and cares about the things going on in your life, or there's a genuine feeling, there's a genuine connection of, hey, I feel like this isn't just kind of BS. Like, this is a real, like, they're asking me or I'm asking them because I care. I feel like those people are rare, but that there are folks that when you find that and when you see that, I think that makes it easy to become friends and to be connected with that person when it's actually there. And so, I think it's easy thinking about it. Like, if I find somebody that I'm like not interested, like, they're going to know it, because I'm just not going to do the things that I would do for someone who I'm like, hey, I genuinely like this person or care for this person, or I understand the situations they're going through, or, whatever you want to name. And so I think that is a piece of that as well. It's not just, hey, this guy has a cool shirt on, that it's
just say what it says.
Yeah, we said daddies.
Daddies.
Yeah,
okay, daddies. I thought you were gonna.
Yeah, it doesn't say what I said. But I mean, there's a lot of that, right? And that, I think, socially, you have to have some of that baked in where, hey, we're connecting. We've talked about this on previous podcasts. We're connecting through sports, or we're connecting through, mutual friends or whatever. Yes, you have to have pieces of that, but that doesn't make friendship. So that's my 10 cents.
Yeah, I have to say, kind of tying to that. So one of the things I can tell you, it's the guy that you have the relationship with, whether it's at the beginning or not, that instead of going to make a spectacle when they're at like the event, they're like, "What's up, dude? Like, I know you." One of those guys, the guy I'm talking about that wants to make a spectacle versus the guy that's going to come over and like shake your hand or give you a little fist bump, doesn't even have to say anything. Yeah. There's that weird perspective. Like, those are the guys that know it. Right? They can feel the tension in the room. They understand that stuff's going down, or here's the opportunity to actually stop and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And, yada, yada, like that kind of perspective. Because again, there's plenty of people that are like that. And I'm not saying those guys they don't have a space, but they're not easy, fast friends.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. I don't know. So, but does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's a great question.
That's easy, faster. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you.
It was an 8-minute ride here, and I knocked out 2 of them.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So the title of this is going to be called Easy Fast Friends.
Every time. Yeah.
That's it. We're coming up with it. This is a new part of the segment where we have the ability where there is going to be one item that sticks, and that is where we're creating the title. Easy Fast Friends. I don't know if this is going to go well.
I thought you were going to say Easy Dads, and I
Easy Dad Friends. Easy Dad Friends. Easy Dad Friends. I don't know. I'm gonna let AI decide which one's gonna. Yeah, Easy Dad Friends.
What's up, Easy Dads?
That's fantastic. All right, tying into a previous thing, if you said favorite movie, which James Bond back in the day? What are we talking like? Which version of James Bond are we talking that you like?
Oof. Honestly, hard to say.
Back in the day.
007.
Oh yeah, like the old ones are all great. Even the newer ones, I know people didn't like it when it got a little artsy and a little bit less of the gadgets and science and stuff like that. But I don't know why I always drawn to it. There was a certain smoothness that I absolutely never had to the James Bond character that I don't know why I was neck deep in it. Probably again, growing up, had all the video games and all that good stuff
I
too.
was just about to ask about the video games because I remember
N64 007, my
Yes.
friend. Wow. Playing in that block room, cellars, gray room, running the corners with the yellow colored machine guns. You know, one of those, or you're running out only pistols, the golden gun. Oh,
yeah.
man.
It's crazy to look back and watch those games and like see the pixelated view.
Yeah.
It's just horrible.
Miserable.
Now.
Yeah.
Miserable.
When you were a kid, I mean, that was the coolest thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, it's funny. I was talking with a staff member today, not to talk about, we in our one-on-one, so we get very individualized conversations just because I want to learn more about my staff. They joke because I do the podcast, and hopefully they're not going to watch this. I think they end up watching it at some point in time. I guarantee, like the following Monday, I'm like put on blast in the office and stuff. But regardless, there was a conversation, and it kind of dawned on me today. Marvel versus DC. Are you that? You watch those at all? That guy? Okay. All right. So that's fine. And I know you are.
But are
right?
you Marvel or DC?
I mean, DC just lag behind everything. But
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I find, and tying it to the James Bond perspective, you know, it's fantastic to watch runs of people fit a role, right? So you have James Bond, and they didn't change James Bond after so many movies, right? Right, wrong, or indifferent, if that was the right person or not. Who's gonna be the next one, by the way? Have they announced it yet?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it if they have.
Man,
Probably Ben Affleck.
what? Since he failed at the Batman,
He's just they're like,
they're trying. We're gonna give him a shot. We're gonna give him a shot.
Get Chalamet over there. No,
never.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't think he's got. He doesn't have the face for it. He's a little too.
Does he have curly hair too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, but it's funny. James Bond, in the perspective, holds that. You mentioned DC being lagging behind. I find it very interesting that DC cannot hold a character for more than a handful of movies at most.
Yeah, Aquaman. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the only one I can think of.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thrilled at watching Aquaman. Half the second or third movie wasn't even about him, right? But it's interesting to see, like, to the point where Marvel is willing to bring Stark from the dead, bring Chris Evans from the dead, like all this stuff is willing to happen, and DC's like, guys, we got Robert Pattinson. We're going to need him. He's the guy that we're choosing right now. Like, that's it. He played this ominous character back in the day. He was a vampire. So I think he can play this playboy billionaire, right? And be dark and ominous, which I think he did a great job. But I don't know how much longer that's going to last. Like, they're going to give him one more show of it and call it a day.
Honestly, think about it this way. Like, how many James Bonds did you have before you got to like Daniel Craig? And when it started being like that artsier sort of vibe, DC was like, we're just gonna do one, flip that coin, and go to the artsy guy.
Yeah.
They skipped those other 30 movies in the middle.
Yeah. It's super weird to look at how movies and stuff go. And we've talked about this on previous podcasts, and I think you agree with me about, you know, Fast and Furious being the greatest series ever. But whatever. At the end of the day, it's funny to see that, and you know, we can relate that to our own lives of like, okay, which person are we? You know, are we able to be that consistent, Mr. Old consistent with, you know, that, and, you know, our character is very, very true and we're stuck to that character, or are we constantly changing? And kind of to what you're talking about, are we that chameleon character that's wants to try to be the easy, fast friend, right? Wants to try to be the easy, fast friend because I realize that maybe, oh, you drink a little bit of bourbon, or you do this, or you do that. I'm gonna cue in to talk about those things to try to create some common ground, and then realize I can't hold my liquor. I can't hit a golf shot for nothing. Maybe I don't even know what Craig's are, the jig tool or whatever it is, and I don't know. But so many people do that, and they try to be that chameleon, but they don't get off the surface level. They get stuck. They get stuck on that, and their friendships never get deeper. So I know, how do we tie in James Bond and deeper relationships and friendships? But that is the part of the What's Up Dad podcast, having men on here, being able to have these open-ended conversations, being able to relate them to how we're able to be better men in various ways, whether it's just a father, a husband, a man of God, or a stepdad, a friend, right? And I love that you put friend on here. Not everybody checks that box, which I think is funny, because that's important. Even if you didn't check off the other boxes, I oftentimes say, like, hey, if you're a friend and you're a good friend of a dad, you have a perspective. You're just not a dad yet. Maybe you're not a dad yet, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know what your story looks like, but before I was a dad, I was a friend, and I remember helping people, right, raise twins and, all kinds of other stuff, and being super involved. And I knew all about kids, even though I knew nothing, right? I knew all about helping raise some babies and stuff like that. But had a perspective at that point in time. Did it help me with mine now? No. But I still had a perspective. So just something to think about. So, well, we've hit on a bunch of stuff here. You got anything else? I mean, unless you got anything else, I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the perspective, and I think the very uniqueness of your situation and how you apply. What I guess, if there were other um men or dads in your situation, and specifically, I guess, leaning more towards the dad side of your situation, and being a father and what you're in, like, what would you say? What would be advice you would give, or what would be something that you would caution, or anything that to kind of help someone? Because even though I think this is significantly unique, and I think it's pretty cool, actually, what if there's someone else out there listening that might be coming into this situation, or you never know, what would be something you would share with them?
Some of it's the cheesy stuff, right? It's just, stuff's going to go wrong, and you're going to make the next right decision. Like, that's a kind of a dumb, cheesy, easy answer. The other thing is, again, it starts with a little bit cheesy, is like the, focus on what you can control, which is really easy to say, and then almost impossible to implement, right? Because you're constantly influencing other people's decisions, and you're trying to do, the best things, or things like that, or, for whatever reason you end up in a situation that I did, right? I have to let go of a lot of control, right? I have my kids half of the time. So, you know, I hope, and, I assume that they're getting great decision making on the other side as well. But, I can't really control some of that. And, you have to really compartmentalize, like, what you can and can't control, and what you can't, you have to just ignore it, ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. And then, you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about it sometimes, obviously. But,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I can say is, again, it's really dumb and kind of cheesy to say, but it's been the biggest thing that I've had to kind of work through with all of this.
Gotcha.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, again, I couldn't imagine myself in that situation, or, um, I think that people unfortunately don't take advantage. You'd mentioned, like, you giving up control. I would think that would be one situation which want more control, right? Like, yeah, the kids, where are they at? What are they learning? What are they doing? So kudos to you to be able to do that, and to continue to foster and raise your kids in an environment in which, you want them to succeed ultimately. So, yeah.
And yeah, I think that again, it's easier to say than to implement,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, it's been been a wild ride for sure.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you being open, honest, having the ability to have the conversation with us, being able to carry a conversation. That's nice.
I can't believe we're over an hour. I feel like we've only talked for 10 minutes.
I know. And I feel like I've looked at the time and I'm like, man, if we open up another question, it's going to be like 3 hours in because it's going to be like that. And like about 20 minutes ago, I was like, man, I'm out of bourbon. Should I pour more? And if I poured more, we'd be in trouble. Like, we'll have more in a bit, but nonetheless, it's just what it is. So here's a new piece of the puzzle that we're throwing in. Right, it's not a long one, so we're not going to get to a $1.20. Ryan knows nothing about it. The ask of other dads on here. So we always ask you guys to post, share, tell people about this stuff. My ask to you: get somebody else to be on here. Find a guy, a dad that you think should be on this podcast, and ask them to be on it. Send it to them. Tell them why. Tell them why it's maybe impacted you. And if you got more than one, great. Send them the link. You had the link to sign up. Send them the link. Tell them to. Maybe shoot an introductory text and stuff like that. I would love to one day have a What's Up Dad reunion perspective. I know that sounds crazy, but like, when you think about that, like getting dads together of common perspective, of common outlook, and being able to talk about this stuff. It's funny. I have watched die, right? I know it sounds weird until I say it all, but like I've watched die, like things come to life and then just fall off the face of earth. Everything men event related, right? If it's not around, guns, alcohol, sports, sex, drugs, weightlifting, body, stuff like that,
Yeah.
like those things. If it's not around that,
Hand
strength, stop it. I'm ready today. Now, if it's not around, you know what we should do? Hold on a minute.
Oh no.
We should have a guest tally. We got to write this down. Where are you at? And then we're going to you're going to go on. We're 100. Thank you for this. Thank you for this. Anyways, we'll get to that. You dial that bad boy in. All right. But I would love to have a spot where we could one day say, hey, we want to get these guys together that have been on, because like it would be an experience, right? And there's going to be a brigade of individuals. I do not just envision this as just Ryan and I while we're leading and hosting, right? And having you on. Like I want one day where we're able to chop it up for 2 hours and there are multiple guys on here and we're having some crazy deep conversations. There's a guy that's newly married, at that point in time. If it's, it'll be after the, but
Yep.
newly married or married for however long, and the guy that's maybe in your shoes and stuff and be able to bring all these people together. So now they're going to look across the table and be like, Nick, like, bro, how'd you get through this? And you're going to be like, well, here's what I did. And just offer that aspect. And the way we get to that is by the ask, right? I think it's by the ask. Like, hey, can we challenge you as somebody? You've been on here. We're putting you out there, right? I appreciate being vulnerable, but be vulnerable and reach out to those other guys.
Absolutely.
Cool. I'm going to hold you to that. That's what we can do. So, well, now to the next newest segment, which Ryan had no idea. I'm going to show you guys how to use the Type A. This is one of our future sponsors here. They just don't know it yet. We were gifted this, and I've already reviewed it. You can see the review on Amazon. So we're going to turn this bad boy on, right? Hopefully, maybe. Okay, it did come on. We're going to make sure we set it to man. That's important. You're not 13 years old, so we're going to. Oh, how old are you, boss?
35.
Hey. Oh, here we go.
I don't know that the age matters.
Whoa, what is going on here? Male. Okay, looks like, yeah, we're going to do that. I think it does, though. They realize when you're old and, decrepit, it's like
Let's give this guy a handicap.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to give this a little pull, and if you need to, if it's not a good grip, you've got baby hands, you can
don't watch it because it will drive you crazy.
Yep, and you can't use two hands, and
Wow, he was trying to go with 2 hands. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Do it.
And whenever you're good to let go, you're good.
Yeah. Are you right-handed?
Well, I hope so.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. All right, you want to give it another one? I won't tell the people what this is. You feel like you want to? I'm going to suggest
because I heard the number.
Suggest the left.
I'm going to suggest the left hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And not for any specific reason. Okay, go ahead. Here, let me make sure it resets on you. Hold on. Whoop. All right, here we go. You're reset.
Why is the left hand stronger? I don't know. The left hand is stronger too. I know he's going to be a stronger left hand.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I just don't think we understand our own strength. What do you got?
Man, much better. Ooh.
All right. Right hand, 92.4.
Okay.
It's half decent.
Give me
Okay.
a benchmark though.
And left hand, 103.2.
103.
Why?
Uh,
I don't know. There's something about it.
So I don't know what it is. I'm not going to test my own strength to make you feel real bad. So I'm just going to let you do that. If
Easy.
Ryan wants to jump in here, he's more than
Easy.
welcome to. Look, he was reaching across the table for
He
that.
got
Did
a
you guys see that?
96
Yeah,
after.
yeah. With my right hand, that is. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, we'll do on a future episode. We'll set hours. We'll set hours and make sure, and then we're gonna get a graph up. We're gonna be able to show everybody. This is gonna be exciting. We're coming up with all. I'm just cooking right now. My brain is going. My brain is going. Did you set it to 47 years old?
No, I gave myself a big handicap though.
67.2. All
I
right.
wasn't trying.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. The vein popping. I'm just kidding. So, all right, guys. Well, that's all we got for today. Appreciate you staying around. If you've been here watching this whole time, kudos to you. I'm sure you can check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. That's our timer. X. And what am I missing? Okay.
That's all of them.
Yep. If you want to watch it or listen to it, you can go on. If you go through like Buzzsprout, we're on Spotify, on Apple, Amazon, all that good stuff. Definitely do that. But most importantly, just like I asked him, if you are interested in any capacity, just because you sign up doesn't mean we're going to force you, which we probably will, but doesn't mean you have to. If you just want to get some information, reach out to us first, or do whatever works for you at the end of the day. So, guys,
thanks, Nick.
Cheers.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Thank
Nick.
you guys.
Yep.
Cheers.
I don't even have anything in here
I
left.
got just a baby bit.
Oh, there you go.
What's up, Dad? Hey, Dad, what's up?